Every great story begins with a dream. Every invention, every movement, every achievement, every miracle, it all started because someone dared to dream big. But here's the truth. Most people don't dream big. They dream safely. They dream small. They dream only of what they think they can reach. They let the world convince them that dreaming too big is dangerous. That's unrealistic. That's foolish. But nothing great was ever built by small dreams. Small dreams build cages. Big dreams build kingdoms. Small dreams settle for good enough. Big dreams reach for the impossible. Small dreams keep you where you are. Big dreams carry you where you were born to go. Look around you. Every building you see, every piece of technology in your hand, every breakthrough in medicine, art, science, it all started in someone's imagination. Someone who refused to think small. Someone who said, why not me? Why not now? Why not bigger? The difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary is vision. And the size of your dream determines the size of your life. But here's the battle. When you dream big, resistance rises. Doubt screams. Fear whispers. Critics laugh. People say, be realistic. Play it safe. Don't aim too high. And if you listen, you'll shrink your dream to fit their comfort zone. Fixing your life starts with fixing your dream. Because if your dream is too small, your effort will be too small. Your vision will be too small. Your faith will be too small. But when your dream is big, it pulls you forward. It stretches you. It forces you to grow into the person capable of achieving it. Think of the child. Nobody tells a child not to dream. A child says, I want to fly to the moon. I want to be a hero. I want to change the world. But somewhere along the way, life, fear, and disappointment convince us to shrink. We trade wonder for worry. We trade imagination for insecurity. We trade vision for survival. But listen, the dream you carry is not a joke. It is not an accident. It is not foolish. That dream is a seed. And if you dare to water it, if you dare to fight for it, if you dare to keep it alive, it can grow into something the world has never seen. Dreaming big doesn't mean it will be easy. It means it will be worth it. Because a big dream will demand a big sacrifice. A big dream will test your patience. A big dream will stretch your faith. A big dream will cost you comfort, relationships, sleep, and sometimes even your sanity. But the reward of living your dream will be greater than any cost. Look back at history. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream. The Wright brothers had a dream. Thomas Edison had a dream. Rosa Parks had a dream. None of them was easy. All of them were laughed at, doubted, and criticized. But they dreamed big anyway. And because they did, the world changed. What about you? What dream is inside you right now that you've been too afraid to speak, too afraid to pursue, too afraid to chase? What vision have you buried under excuses, fear, and doubt? It's time to resurrect it. It's time to breathe life back into it. It's time to stop asking, what if I fail? And start asking, what if I succeed? The truth is this: dreaming small is safe, but it kills your soul. Dreaming big is risky, but it awakens your spirit. You were not born for safety. You were born for significance. You were not born for the ordinary. You were born for the extraordinary. You were not born to fit in. You were born to stand out. So declare it now. I will dream bigger than my fear. I will dream bigger than my doubt. I will dream bigger than my past. I will dream bigger than my pain. I will dream big enough to scare me, stretch me, and shape me into who I was created to be. Because if your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. The moment you decide to dream big, enemies will rise. Not enemies with weapons, not enemies with armies, The enemies of big dreams live closer than that. They live in your mind. They live in your heart. They live in the voices around you. Their names are fear, doubt, and criticism. Fear says you're not ready. Doubt says you're not enough. Critics say you'll never make it. And if you listen, if you bow to those voices, your dream dies before it even begins. Fear is natural. Doubt is common. Critics are guaranteed. But none of them have to be final. None of them has to decide your future. The power to overcome them lies within you. Fear is a shadow. It makes things look bigger than they really are. It shows you failure, embarrassment, rejection. It screams, don't risk it. Don't step out. Don't try. But fear is a liar, because fear predicts failure, not truth. Fear shows you the worst outcome, but never the best one. Fear is smoke. It looks thick, but the moment you step through, it disappears. Doubt is more dangerous. Doubt doesn't shout. Doubt whispers. It whispers when you're tired. It whispers when you're alone. It whispers when you're on the edge of a breakthrough. What if you're not good enough? What if you don't have what it takes? What if you're not the one? Doubt is a thief. It steals your confidence, your courage, your progress. And if you let it, it will keep you standing still while your dream slips away. Then there are the critics. They come in two kinds. Some critics are strangers, people who don't even know you but think they know your limits. They laugh, they mock, they tell you to stay in your lane. And if you're not strong, you'll shrink your dream to fit their small imagination. But the most painful critics are the ones closest to you. Friends, family, people you thought would support you. Instead, they doubt you. They discourage you. They remind you of your past. They tell you to stop dreaming and be realistic. And their words cut deep. But listen, critics don't build statues. They only throw stones at the ones who do. Critics don't change the world. They only complain about the people who try. Critics don't carry vision. They only try to destroy it. Fear will visit. Doubt will whisper. Critics will speak. But they do not get the final word unless you give it to them. Fixing your dream means learning to face fear with faith, to face doubt with action, to face critics with silence. You don't argue with fear, you move anyway. You don't debate with doubt, you prove it wrong. You don't waste time with critics, you let your results speak. Look back at history. Every dreamer faced these enemies. Edison was called crazy. The Wright brothers were told that man was not meant to fly. Martin Luther King Jr. was jailed, mocked, and threatened. Every innovator, every leader, every dreamer was attacked by fear, doubt, and criticism. But they moved anyway. That's why we remember their names. Ask yourself, what am I letting fear stop me from doing? What dreams have I abandoned because of doubt? What visions have I shrunk because of critics? Be honest, because until you confront these enemies, you will never dream freely. The truth is this: fear will never disappear. Doubt will never fully go away. Critics will never fall silent. So stop waiting for the noise to end. Start moving despite it. Every day, declare, fear will not rule me. Doubt will not define me. Critics will not stop me. My dream is bigger than their voices, because in the end, the size of your dream must always be greater than the size of your fear. Big dreams require big discipline. Without discipline, a big dream is just a fantasy. Without sacrifice, a big dream is just a wish. Without consistency, a big dream is just a picture that never leaves your imagination. This is where most people fail. They get inspired, they feel motivated, they catch the vision, they write down the goals, but then they never build the habits, they never make the sacrifices, they never stay consistent. And so the dream dies, not because it wasn't real, but because they weren't willing to do the real work. Fixing your dream means fixing your daily life. Because your dream is not built in one big moment. It's built in small, ordinary moments. Habits are the bricks. Sacrifice is the cement. Consistency is the architect. And if you neglect any one of those, the dream will collapse. Habits decide your future. Show me your habits, and I'll show you your destiny. Success is not about what you do occasionally. Success is about what you do daily. What do you do when no one's watching? What do you do when the lights are off? What do you do when it's just you and your discipline? Because that's what determines whether the dream survives. Sacrifice is the price, and the bigger the dream, the higher the price. You cannot dream big and live small. You cannot dream big and stay comfortable. You cannot dream big and refuse to give anything up. Something has to go. Sleep, comfort, distractions, toxic relationships, old habits, small thinking. You cannot carry the dream and carry the weight of everything else at the same time. Consistency is the secret. Anybody can start. Few can continue. Few can stay when the excitement fades. Few can push when nobody claps. Few can keep showing up day after day, week after week, year after year. But that's what separates dreamers from achievers. Look at the greats. Athletes don't become champions by training once. They train daily. Musicians don't become masters by practicing occasionally. They practice relentlessly. Entrepreneurs don't build empires by working when they feel like it. They grind when they don't. The dream is not built in flashes of inspiration. It's built on years of discipline. Ask yourself, what habits am I building right now? What sacrifices am I making right now? What am I doing consistently that will carry my dream forward? Because the truth is this, if your habits are weak, your dream will stay weak. If you refuse to sacrifice, your dream will stay small. If you avoid consistency, your dream will stay imaginary. The discipline of big dreamers is ruthless. They don't waste time. They don't waste energy. They don't waste opportunities. They know every action is either feeding their dream or starving it. Fixing yourself for your dream means waking up earlier. It means working longer. It means saying no when everyone else says yes. It means turning off distractions. It means training your mind and body daily. It means deciding every single day that your dream is worth the price. And here's the beauty. Once you build discipline, it builds you back. Once you embrace sacrifice, it rewards you with growth. Once you live consistently, momentum carries you further than motivation ever could. So every day, declare, I will discipline myself. I will sacrifice what I must. I will stay consistent no matter what, because dreaming big without discipline is just wishing, but dreaming big with discipline, that's destiny. Failure is not your enemy. Failure is your teacher. Failure is not the end of your dream. Failure is the fire that forges it. The problem is most people don't see it that way. Most people think failure means stopping. Most people think failure means you're not good enough. Most people think failure means this dream isn't meant for you. But the truth, failure is the very thing that builds you into the person who can carry your dream. Every great dreamer failed, and not once, but many times. Edison failed over 1,000 times before the light bulb worked. Michael Jordan missed more than 9,000 shots in his career and lost nearly 300 games. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Oprah was told she wasn't fit for television. These names inspire us today, but in the middle of failure, they were just ordinary people who had a choice: quit or keep going. Failure is the pathway to success. No big dream has ever been achieved without it. But here's the key. Failure only builds you if you let it. If you run from it, it breaks you. If you embrace it, it makes you. Fixing yourself for your dream means shifting how you see failure. Stop asking, why me? Start asking, what's this teaching me? Stop saying I'm not good enough. Start saying I'm getting better every time I try. Stop quitting when you fall. Start rising stronger every time you get back up. Because here's the truth. The dream is not just about what you achieve. The dream is about who you become. And failure is the sculptor that shapes you. Every mistake carves away weakness. Every setback cuts out excuses. Every loss sharpens your focus. Think of the blacksmith. The fire doesn't destroy the metal. The fire strengthens it. The hammer doesn't break it. The hammer shapes it. That's a failure in your life. It's not meant to end you. It's meant to form you. Ask yourself, how many dreams have I abandoned because I failed once? How many visions have I buried because I was embarrassed? How many times have I let one setback decide my future? Be honest, because the truth is, failure is not final unless you quit. Big dreamers are not fearless. They're not perfect. They're not flawless. Big dreamers simply refuse to let failure stop them. They fall, but they rise. They lose, but they learn. They hurt, but they keep moving. Fixing your dream means committing to this. No matter how many times I fail, I will rise again. No matter how many times I fall short, I will try again. No matter how many times I am rejected, I will push again. Because your failures are not proof that you can't do it. They're proof you're trying, and every attempt brings you closer. Here's the beauty. Failure humbles you, but it also empowers you. Failure breaks your pride, but it builds your persistence. Failure strips away arrogance, but it clothes you in resilience. And when you embrace failure as fuel, you discover that setbacks are not setbacks at all. They are setups. Setups for comebacks. Setups for breakthroughs. Setups for a dream that is stronger, deeper, and bigger than before. So every day remind yourself, I am not afraid to fail. I am not afraid to fall. Because every time I do, I will rise better, wiser, and stronger. Because the dream doesn't belong to the ones who never fail. The dream belongs to the ones who refuse to quit. The bigger your dream, the bigger your faith must be. The higher your vision, the stronger your belief must grow, because dreaming big means daring to see what does not yet exist, and holding faith when everyone else only sees the impossible. Faith is the lens that lets you see the invisible. Vision is the map that shows you the road ahead, even when the road hasn't been built yet. Together, faith and vision give you the courage to chase what seems crazy to others. The truth, people will call your dream unrealistic. They'll call it impossible. They'll laugh, they'll mock, they'll say, be reasonable. Play it safe, stop wasting your time. And if you don't have vision to see beyond their small imagination, if you don't have faith to believe in what you cannot yet see, you'll shrink your dream to fit their box. But you were not born to fit. You were born to break boxes. Faith says, I don't see it yet, but I believe it's coming. Faith says, the world says impossible, but my spirit says possible. Faith says, even if nobody else believes in me, I will believe in myself. Even if the road isn't clear, I will take the step. Even if I can't see the finish line, I will run anyway. Vision stretches your eyes beyond the present. Vision lets you look at a broken life and see a masterpiece. Vision lets you look at failure and see preparation. Vision enables you to look at struggle and see strength being built. Without vision, people perish. Without faith, dreams die. Think of the pioneers. They saw land where others saw wilderness. They saw opportunity where others saw danger. They saw possibilities where others saw barriers. Every breakthrough in history came from someone who dared to see beyond the impossible. Ask yourself, what do I see when I look at my life? Do I see only what is, or do I see what could be? Do I see only the walls, or do I see the doors hidden in them? Do I see only the obstacles, or do I see the opportunities wrapped inside them? Because your vision decides your direction. Here's the truth. The enemy of big dreams is not failure. It's sight without vision. It's living only by what you can see with your eyes instead of what you can believe with your spirit. Fixing your dream means training your faith. It means feeding your vision. It means refusing to let temporary circumstances decide your permanent destiny. Faith doesn't mean ignoring reality. Faith means seeing beyond it. Faith doesn't mean you won't struggle. Faith means you believe the struggle won't win. Faith doesn't mean the mountain isn't real. Faith means the mountain can be moved. Vision is what keeps you going when the world says stop. Vision is what pulls you forward when the present feels heavy. Vision is what whispers, keep going, keep building, keep believing. The dream is still alive. So every day, remind yourself, I will hold the vision. I will keep the faith. I will see beyond the impossible. I will dream until my dream becomes my reality. Because the truth is this, without faith, you quit. Without vision, you wander. But with both, you can build the impossible. Big dreams don't happen overnight. Big dreams take time. And in that time, you will be tested, stretched, challenged, and tempted to quit. The question is not whether the road will be long. The question is whether you will last long enough to see the dream fulfilled. Patience and persistence, they are the twin guardians of your destiny. One teaches you to wait without breaking. The other teaches you to move without quitting. And together they keep your dream alive when everything else in you wants to give up. Most people don't fail because they weren't talented enough. Most people don't fail because their dream was impossible. Most people fail because they quit too soon. They gave up right before the breakthrough. They stopped right before the door opened. They surrendered right before the dream was about to come alive. Dreaming big is not about speed. It's about stamina. Anybody can sprint for a day. Anybody can chase a dream for a week. But can you endure for years? Can you keep showing up when progress feels invisible? Can you keep fighting when results are delayed? Can you keep believing when nothing around you looks like it's working? Patience is the ability to endure the waiting season without losing heart. Persistence is the ability to endure the working season without losing strength. Big dreams demand both. Think about the farmer. He plants the seed, he waters it, he works the soil. But for weeks, maybe months, nothing appears. The ground looks empty, but the farmer knows better. He knows the seed is working beneath the surface. He knows growth is happening where the eye can't see. That's patience. That's persistence. Your dream works the same way. Just because you don't see progress doesn't mean nothing is happening. Just because results aren't visible doesn't mean growth isn't real. The roots are being formed before the fruit appears. And if you quit in the waiting season, you'll never taste the harvest. Here's the truth. Impatience kills dreams. Impatience convinces you it's taking too long. Impatience tells you you're wasting your time. Impatience pushes you to quit before the dream is ready. And when you quit, you don't just lose time. You lose the dream itself. But persistence? Persistence builds champions. Persistence builds leaders. Persistence builds legends. It's not glamorous. It's not exciting. It's often lonely, painful, and exhausting. But it's persistence that separates the talkers from the doers, the dreamers from the achievers. Ask yourself, have I quit too soon before? Did I walk away from a dream because I lost patience? Did I give up on myself when persistence was all I needed? Be honest. Because the truth is, most of us don't need more talent. Most of us don't need more opportunities. Most of us need more patience, more persistence, more grit to keep going when it feels impossible. Fixing your dream means deciding this: I will not stop. I will not quit. I will not walk away. I will wait as long as it takes. I will work as long as it takes. I will persist until my dream becomes real. Because here's the beauty. Patience doesn't weaken you. It strengthens you. Persistence doesn't drain you. It trains you. Every day you wait with faith, you grow deeper. Every day you push with persistence, you grow stronger. And when the dream finally comes alive, you'll realize you didn't just build the dream built you. So every day declare, I am patient. I am persistent. I will endure the long road. I will not quit. I will not give up. My dream is worth it. Because big dreams don't belong to the fastest. They don't belong to the luckiest. They don't belong to the most talented. Big dreams belong to the ones who refuse to quit. A big dream is never just about you. A big dream is bigger than your lifetime, bigger than your comfort, bigger than your name. A big dream is about legacy. And legacy means this: what you build, what you believe, what you fight for will outlive you. Dream small and the impact dies with you. Dream big and the impact multiplies for generations. Think about it. Every breakthrough you enjoy today, electricity, airplanes, medicine, technology, freedom, was once just a dream in someone else's mind. They never lived to see the full harvest, but their dream became our reality. That's the power of legacy. When you dream big, you light a torch. And even if your life ends before the race does, that torch keeps burning. Someone else picks it up. Someone else carries it forward. Someone else lives freer, stronger, better, because you dared to dream bigger than yourself. Legacy is not what you leave in your bank account. Legacy is what you leave in hearts. Legacy is not the wealth you store. Legacy is the wisdom you pour. Legacy is not the possessions you hand down. Legacy is the courage you hand over. Fixing your dream means lifting your eyes beyond your lifetime. Ask yourself, when I'm gone, what will my life say? What will people remember? What story will my actions tell? Because dreaming big isn't just about achieving, it's about inspiring. The child who sees you fight for your dream will grow up believing it's possible to fight for theirs. The community that watches you rise will believe they can rise too. The generations that come after you will live stronger because you chose not to shrink, not to settle, not to silence your dream. Here's the truth. Comfort leaves no legacy. Excuses leave no legacy. Quitting leaves no legacy. But courage echoes. Persistence multiplies. Faith inspires. Those are the things that outlive you. So every day, live your dream as if someone else's life depends on it, because it does. Your fight isn't just for you. It's for the ones watching. It's for the ones learning. It's for the ones who don't yet believe. Big dreams are contagious. When you dare to dream bigger, others catch it. They look at you and say, if they can, I can. If they believed, I could believe. If they built it, I can build too. And this is the final transformation. When you dream big, you don't just change your life, you change lives. You don't just fix your story, you rewrite stories for generations. You don't just live for yourself, you live for something greater. So every day, remind yourself, my dream is bigger than me. My dream is my legacy. My dream will live beyond me. Because dreaming big is not just about what you accomplish while you breathe. It's about what keeps breathing after you're gone. Dream small, and you'll live small. Dream safe, and you'll die safe. But dream big, and your life, your courage, your legacy will echo for generations. So don't just dream. Dream big.